In section 8.4, we're going to be talking about linear measurement. So section 8.4 is linear measurement, or basically distances, measures of distance. And so first we're going to talk about the US system. Of length or distance, as opposed to the metric system. And some of you are probably familiar with the metric system. Okay, so for the US units of length, there are a lot of them that we're familiar with. So we have, say, 1 foot, right? And we abbreviate that as FT. That equals 12 inches. We abbreviate inches with IN. Another unit is 1 yard. And you've probably seen YD. That equals 3 feet. 1 yard also equals 36 inches. And that makes sense, right? Because there's 3 feet in a yard and there's 12 inches in a foot. So there's 3 times 12 or 36 inches. 1 mile. And sometimes you'll see it abbreviated like MI. And that's 5,280 feet. Okay, so we talk about the concept of unit fractions, which we use to convert one unit of length to another. Basically, because we call it a unit, because the fraction is equivalent to 1. And when you multiply anything by 1, you get your original value back. So here are some examples of unit fractions. Say 12 inches over 1 foot. It's the same as 1 foot over 12 inches. And they both equal 1 because that's the same distance, right? If I took a ruler and I called it, well, that's 12 inches or a foot, it's the same thing because 1 foot is the same as 12 inches. And anything over itself is equal to 1. We could also say, 5,280 feet over 1 mile is the same as 1 mile over 5,280 feet. For the same reason, because they're the same distances. Okay, so if we're trying to convert within the US system of length, we talk about conversion factors. And these unit fractions are the conversion factors. So to convert, we multiply by a unit fraction. The question is, well, which one do we pick? Do we pick this one or that one? So the unit fraction we choose should be the fraction that has the units we want to convert to over the original units. So that's probably easier to think of it as an example. Let's say I said convert 8 feet to inches. Right, basically 8 feet equals how many inches? And the question is, are you really going to divide by 12 or multiply by 12? So we ask ourselves, well, what are the original units? Well, let's see. Let's first say our conversion factor or our unit fraction is either 1 foot over 12 inches or 12 inches over 1 foot. Right, so here we say, okay, we're going to take our 8 feet. So which one do we pick? Well, what are the original units we started? Our original units are feet, right? Our new units that we want to go to are inches. So what we do is we take the 8 feet and we have to multiply it by a conversion factor. And that conversion factor, because we want to pick the units that we're going to convert to, so it's basically our new units over our old unit, right? And we want to go to inches, so the units go on is in the numerator and the old one is in the denominator. So that's the conversion factor I want to use. So that's basically, I'm multiplying it by 12 inches over 1 foot. And the reason we can do this is, if you take chemistry and other of the physical sciences, this is called dimensional analysis. We're basically crossing out the feet because they cancel each other out. Right? You can think of this as, really, this is 8 over 1. So we have 8 feet, so the feet cancel, and then we just simply have 8 times 12, or 96 inches. Right, we could also ask, well, let's convert 7 feet to yards. Right, again, so now our conversion factor is either 3 feet to 1 yard or 1 yard to 3 feet. So we don't, which one do we pick? Right, so our original units, right, we're starting from feet, and our new units are yards. Okay, so remember, the new is always the new over the old. Remember, so we want new over the old. So we want to go to yards, and that new should be in the numerator. So we pick this one. So now I'm going to take my 7 feet times the conversion factor, and I pick that conversion factor with the new units on top, 3 feet in the denominator. And again, now we can cancel the feet, right? So I have 7/3 yards, or 2 1/3 yards. Okay, so remember, it's important to know which conversion factor you're going to multiply the quantity by. And it's always going to be your new units over your old units, or your new units over your original unit. So that was the US system of length.